Hi, Railzone viewers. Every day there is some or the other news about a new Vande Bharat service starting from a random place. And recently there is a circular getting viral about the Visakhapatnam-Bengaluru Vande Bharat sleeper. Is that even true? Let's figure out. That looks like a sleeper Vande Bharat rake. That's a brand new Vande Bharat sleeper rake. Which Vande Bharat rake is that? Let's find out. But before that, what happened to the Bengaluru-Mangaluru Vande Bharat Express? What happened to the much anticipated Bengaluru-Mumbai Vande Bharat sleeper? No news at all. And I also have some really sad news for diesel rail fans, for diesel loco lovers, especially in the Bengaluru area. And this news has also personally affected me because I myself am a diesel loco lover. I will shortly reveal it in this video. Stay tuned. And today I am on board the Seshadri Express from SMED Bengaluru to Katpari. I'm traveling to Vellore for some personal work, and in return I'll be traveling on board the Chennai-Bengaluru double-decker express. And I also spotted some new Vande Bharat rake while traveling on this train. So let's find out what's going on. Stay tuned. So that was the 12639 Chennai Central KSR Bengaluru Brindavan Express crossing the Seshadri Express. So I also have some good news to start this video with. I was talking about the Bengaluru-Ernakulam Vande Bharat Express, which was running with only 8 coaches. Finally, SWR has confirmed that this Vande Bharat is going to be upgraded to a 16-coach chair car Vande Bharat rake. So I spotted this rake at the Ambur railway station while I was traveling on board the double-decker express, and this very same rake is now stabled at Kuppam railway station. So presently it is at the Kuppam railway station, which is under the SWR jurisdiction. And I got this confirmation from a reliable source in Southwestern Railways. And this rake will be brought to the SMBT railway station where the Banaswadi Memu shed is located. And it'll be inspected by the mechanical team. And once inspected and commissioned, it'll be deployed for commercial operations. Since it's already used rake, it's not a brand new rake. There is no need of any special trials it has to undergo. It can be directly inducted into commercial runs. And this is going to be a big boon for the travelers traveling from KSR Bengaluru, because this train leaves Bengaluru at 5:10 in the morning and reaches Ernakulam at 1:50 in the afternoon. So it's a very convenient timings for the people traveling to places like Salem, Erode, Tirupur, Coimbatore, Palakkad, Trichur, and finally Ernakulam. So it's some great news because the train is going to soon double its seating capacity from 8 to 16 coaches. So the rake marking shows as 2023 and it has a marking as Central Railway marking. So if anybody knows which Vande Bharat rake was this previously used, do let me know in the comments. And post the inspection, if everything goes well and if there is no problem with the rake, Southwestern Railways is planning to induct this rake into commercial service before Onam, because thousands of people travel to their hometown to celebrate the Onam festival. Therefore, Southwestern Railway is planning to prioritize commissioning of this 16-car rake into service. So let's hope for the best. And if you have traveled on the Bengaluru-Ernakulam Vande Bharat Express, please do share in the comments what do you think about this upgradation, and also share your experience traveling on this Vande Bharat train. And regarding the Bengaluru-Mangaluru Vande Bharat Express, in my second last video, I had posted about the 20-car AEB fitted chair car Vande Bharat rake, which was spotted at the Vardapur railway station. That rake was brought to SMED Bengaluru for inspection by the Bengaluru division's mechanical team, and post the inspection, they have handed over the rake to Mysuru division. And also that rake was spotted at the Pandavpura railway station. It was most likely stabled at that station under the Mysuru division. And now it is left up to the Mysuru division to conduct the trials in the Ghat section. They have to do the RDSO trials in the Ghat section with the AEB fitted chair car Vande Bharat rake. Most likely the trials are going to get delayed because recently there were landslides in the Sakleshpur Subramania Ghat section due to heavy rains. And presently the situation in the Ghat section is vulnerable to landslides, and presently due to heavy rainfall in the Western Ghats, the situation in the Ghat section is not safe to conduct trials. However, the Hindu newspaper has published an article that the Mysuru division is going to conduct the AEB fitted Vande Bharat rake trial in the Sakleshpur Ghat section on August 11th. So let's hope for the best, and let's pray that there is no heavy rainfall in the Ghat section so that it doesn't affect the train operations in the Sakleshpur Ghat section. And regarding the Visakhapatnam-Bengaluru Vande Bharat sleeper, a circular that went viral on several social media platforms claiming that a Vande Bharat sleeper service is going to start between the two cities. Of course, it is a great route. Definitely there is a need and a demand for a Vande Bharat sleeper between Visakhapatnam and Bengaluru, because a lot of IT employees and corporate employees working in Bengaluru travel from coastal regions of Andhra Pradesh to Bengaluru, and especially they travel on the weekends. So they leave from Bengaluru on Fridays and return back to Bengaluru on Mondays. So definitely a Vande Bharat sleeper will be a super hit, especially on the weekends. So the train has to leave Bengaluru on a Friday evening and reach Visakhapatnam on Saturday morning. And in return, it has to depart from Visakhapatnam on a Sunday evening or afternoon and reach Bengaluru on a Monday early morning. In that way, it will be very, very beneficial for the IT employees who wish to go to their hometown during the weekend and quickly return back. So do comment, what are your thoughts about the Visakhapatnam-Bengaluru Vande Bharat sleeper? In the circular, it says 6 days a week, but I don't think there is a demand for VB sleeper 6 days a week. But what are your thoughts about a Vande Bharat sleeper to Visakhapatnam, and whether it should be a daily service or a weekly service? And they had suggested the route via Guntur, Nandyala, Doon, Gutti, Anandpur, Dharmavaram. So do let me know, do you think that is the best route for this train, or it should run via Nellore, Goodur, Arakonam, Katpadi? Which route will be more beneficial for the people of Andhra? However, the South Coast Railways has dismissed that they haven't proposed any such Vande Bharat sleeper, and it is subject to the Railway Board's approval. So it is confirmed that this circular is most likely a forged document or probably a internal proposal. Usually whenever a new train needs to be introduced, first the zonal railways, depending on the route of the train, whichever zone the train has to travel through. For example, here in this case, it will be South Coast Railways, South Central Railways, and the South Western Railways. So these three zones will internally first send a proposal, and they will do a feasibility study for introducing a new train. And if all the three zones are fine with the schedule, and if they have a path available, then they forward the proposal to the Railway Board. The Railway Board then, with the Ministry of Railways, will take the final decision on to whether to approve the proposal or to reject it. So it is subject to the Railway Board's approval. So as of now, there is no such Vande Bharat sleeper that is going to be introduced between Visakhapatnam and Bengaluru. So as of now, this is just a rumor, not a confirmed news. And so, in the beginning of the video, I said there is some bad news for the diesel lovers, for the diesel rail fans, especially for the rail fans of Bangalore and Karnataka region, those who love to spot diesel locomotives. Most of you were having this question in your mind: why are some trains still running in diesel in between Bengaluru and Mysuru, between Bengaluru and Hassan, and between Bengaluru and Hubballi, when the entire section is electrified? There were some ongoing issues with the power supply to the traction substation, called as TSS, traction substation, and the Karnataka Power Transmission Corporation Limited, also called KPTCL, that is the state grid. They had to supply the power to the TSS, to the traction substation, where the Indian Railways will draw the high voltage power supply from the TSS and supply it to the substation powers. So there were two traction substations that were waiting for the power supply. One is on the Bangalore-Hubli line, that is the Honnavali TSS. And the second one was the Shravana-Belagola TSS on the Bangalore-Hassan line. So since these two TSS were pending for power supply, there was a shortage of power. Therefore, all trains couldn't run with AC locomotives. Therefore, the South Western Railways were operating few trains on diesel. However, I don't know whether to call this as a good news or a bad news, but now the KPTCL has finally commissioned these TSS, these traction substations. So they have started power supplying to these traction substations. So now that there is sufficient power supply to the TSS, the South Western Railways is going to change the traction of the following trains. However, the dates are not yet confirmed, but this is going to happen very soon. So most likely within a month. We can expect traction change for the following trains. That is the Yeshwanthpur-Mysore Express, the Mysuru-Sainagar-Shirdi Weekly Express, the Solapur-Hassan Express, the Yeshwanthpur-Bikaner Express, the Sriganganagar-Tirupalli Hamsafar Express, the Yeshwanthpur-Bardmer Express, and the Mysore-Udaipur Hamsafar Express. So these trains are most likely going to lose their diesel links. So diesel lovers, wake up. Those of you who wish to spot these trains, or those of you who wish to travel on these trains for one last time behind a diesel locomotive, quickly plan something before we lose these diesel locomotives forever, permanently, because we will never get to see these trains again in diesel, because the traction substations are all energized and is ready for traction change. So with this, there will hardly be single digits. The only few trains that are going to be left is presently the trains bound to Mangaluru, the trains bound to Goa, the trains bound to Sindanur, and few trains that are running on the Harihara Hospete branch line, that is the Harapanali line. And lastly, what happened to the much anticipated Bengaluru-Mumbai sleeper Vande Bharat Express? When is it going to launch? Unfortunately, there is still no news from the railways about when is this Vande Bharat going to be launched. And there is still no clarity on which route this Vande Bharat Express is going to run on. Because I had previously told that several MPs from Karnataka had approached the railway minister to run this train via Hubballi instead of Guntakal. Therefore, there is still a confusion as to which route this Vande Bharat is going to take. And here I'm approaching the Bengaluru Cantonment railway station, and here you can see there is a sleeper Vande Bharat. So this is one rake of the Vande Bharat sleeper is at Bengaluru Cantonment, and the other rake, I thought this is a new rake which is parked at Vardapur railway station, but later when I checked the serial number, it is the same rake which was previously at Bengaluru Cantonment. So one rake has been shifted to Vardapur railway station due to space constraints at Bengaluru Cantonment. So looks like the launch of Mumbai Vande Bharat sleeper is going to be further delayed or rather postponed, because the South Western Railways has still not started any trials. Absolutely no news about this. We had a lot of rumors on social media that it was supposed to be launched on August 15th. However, I don't think it will meet this deadline because there's hardly a few days left for the Independence Day. So it's definitely going to be delayed. So as of now, I don't have any confirmed updates about this Vande Bharat. So that's all from this video. I hope you found this video informative. Please do share your thoughts and views in the comment section about these updates. And also, if you have any information from your end, please do share it in the comment section. Let us have a healthy discussion in the comment section. I'll get back to you with yet another interesting video. Until then, it's bye from Harris. Please do support the Rail Zone. Take care. Bye-bye.